Hey guys, so a pretty common issue with these cars, this is a '01 NB2 Miata, you know it's an NB2, has the variable valve timing. I was getting a P0011 code, which is cam angle too far advanced. So if we think with that for a second, well, why is the cam angle going forward? We have variable valve timing. When the engine gets revved up, it's going to push the timing forward a bit to gain a little more power. So the way this system works, it's a very rudimentary valve timing. It's not continuously a variable like modern cars are. It's either you've pushed the timing forward or you haven't. So there's an oil feed line that comes in from here. You can use a 19mm banjo bolt. This is a banjo bolt. You use a 19mm socket on it to break it loose. 10mm, two back here, one and two back there. This is a shorter screw, so just remember this, the short one just holds it down. And then there's two more up here. What you'll find when you take this off likely is there's going to be a little cone-shaped basket, if you can imagine a small one with that K&N filter. And it's got plastic around it. These are known to go bad. My car actually, when I got it, the previous owner had taken it out, and so I thought I didn't have this problem. But yet, for some reason, what would happen is I'd be driving, car runs great, and then all of a sudden it would just sit, it would hesitate and stutter and almost die, and then it would fix itself. Obviously, check engine light comes on, car knows something's wrong, but then it will rev up fine. It was intermittent, hard to reproduce, right? So what I recommend, take this off, have a look either up into this tube here and down into the orifice, and make sure there's no debris in there at all. I cleaned my little needle nose pliers off, and then I delicately just gave a little swirl around, tried to feel if there was anything in there, and it was clean. So then I took the VVT solenoid off, and I'll show you that on the bench in a second. If you've run your car recently, you're gonna wanna get a little rag. It's not gonna be a lot, maybe 2 tablespoons of oil will come out because the system was pressurized. If I turn the flash on in here, I do recommend also having a look inside the housing, just to see if there's anything going on in there. Mine looked pretty clean, so it wasn't a big concern. So let's go to the bench and I'll show you what I found. Now, it's certainly more convenient if you have what's called a power probe. It's even more convenient if you have a power supply to power the power probe. But these are really good diagnostic tools. You can get them online for cheap. You don't need the brand name one. Usually connect this to the battery. And then you can basically touch any part and it will either tell you, is that negative, is it positive? But the special part is you can apply ground or 12 volts. So this is the solenoid here. Super simple part. So in here, there's some metal coils, and then they're going to actuate. If you look inside, if we'll focus, let me get the flash on for you guys. It'll actually move back and forth because there's a spring there on the top, and that should push it back into place, what I'm going to call variable valve timing off. So it's not advanced. You can actually start the car with this unplugged, or leave it in the motor obviously, but unplug the pigtail, and it'll run fine. So that told me, okay, the timing kicks on when it gets more revved up. Anyway, so what I would suggest you do is hook up your power probe, or you can just get 2 wires, stick them in, the polarity doesn't seem to matter, and just swipe them back and forth. And you'll actually hear this guy clicking, so give me a sec here, I'll hook it up. Got the negative lead attached. It's gonna make a funny sound because I'm doing this on the bench. But what I'll do is I'll take my probe and I'll connect it. And you can see now it's glowing green because it's technically ground right now. So if I give it 12 volts though, you watch, it'll actuate. So that's me flicking it on and off, back and forth. Now I did that a week ago, and I thought, oh, it's working great, no problems. Something else is going on, I can't figure out what. Then I thought, you know what, let's have another look at it. So I flicked it on and off 30 times, and maybe the 25th time, it just stuck a little bit, and I went, that's it, that's my issue. Tried to reproduce it, I couldn't, but when I looked on the bottom side after I'd been playing around with it, look what came out. That's a piece of plastic from that filter I was telling you about. So even though the filter was missing on my car, the plastic was still in there. I'm fairly confident this will fix the issue. The solenoid overall looks to be in great health. The plastic's not really going to hurt it. So what I suspect was actually happening in my situation is it would get in, get stuck, cause the variable valve timing to be stuck on, or halfway in between or something crazy, which had the engine freaking out, and then it would dislodge itself. Engine would run fine, life is good, and it would happen again. I'll report back if it doesn't fix it, but I'm pretty sure this will. Anyway, just a little tool tip for you guys. Take care.